I've spent thousands of hours working face to face with hundreds and hundreds of clients who want to build a sense of confidence about themselves. They feel like they're lacking confidence, but actually it's not about confidence. Confidence is great, but what we're really searching for when we want to improve our confidence is a sense of self-worth. Self-worth is what underlies a confident person. When we value ourselves, when we see ourselves, when we appreciate ourselves and feel grounded in who we are and what we're here to do, then of course our confidence improves, but we really know who we are and what we're here in this world to achieve and to be. When we lack a sense of self-worth and self-esteem, we develop all sorts of self-sabotaging patterns of behavior. So we become people pleasers, we become procrastinators, we overplease, we overgive. And these are incredibly exhausting patterns of behavior because we're sacrificing our happiness for everybody else's. We put everybody else first and we come last. And when we do that, we end up getting very depleted. We lose ourselves, and we can get things like anxiety and depression and even addiction to numb, avoid, and hide from what we're really feeling inside, which is a low sense of self-worth. So when we don't have a sense of self-worth and self-esteem, it has a massive negative impact on all parts of our lives and who we be. There's a big misconception about actually what confidence is. Most people think confidence is the mask or the persona you wear when you go to a meeting or meet new people at a party and you're smiling and you're laughing and you're engaging with people. Yes, that is some form of confidence, but actually confidence, or when we have a sense of self-worth and who we are, it's way deeper than that. It's actually knowing that you can make choices for yourself that are in alignment with what you need. You can set boundaries. You can say no. You can take the time to connect and be with yourself and see yourself for the amazing, beautiful, wonderful person that you are. Not be the people pleaser, the overachiever, the overgiver, or the person who looks like they're the center of attention and really confident and glowing. It's more about what you feel inside and how you meet your needs and setting boundaries around those that are in alignment with your desires and how you want to be and live in this life. A lot of times we spend an immense amount of our mental energy and our internal dialogue worrying about who's judging us, and we compare ourselves to other people. But actually, what we're really doing is judging ourselves because of our insecurities, and we're making an assumption about what other people think about us. And what we really need to do to improve our sense of self-worth is take the time to change the perspective of ourself and understand that the internal dialogue we're having, or the harsh, heartful, critical words we say over and over in our head, are just us making up a story about ourselves and how we perceive ourselves, not how other people perceive us. So it's really important to switch or be aware of your internal dialogue and how you speak to yourself and how much you judge and compare yourself, because judging and comparing yourself to others is a futile mission, because who really wants to compare themselves to Joe, Betty, or Frank when we don't know what's going on in their mind and their life, and they may be deeply unhappy themselves. Waste so much mental energy and space thinking and making up stories that other people are judging us. But actually, when we feel like someone else is judging us, it is just us judging ourselves, comparing ourselves to everybody else. They are stories we're making up in our mind about what we think other people think about us. And those stories that we make up and tell ourselves over and over again can become big, scary nightmares because we think them so often and we put so much energy into them. When we actually learn how to master the power of our mind or our internal dialogue, we take the power away from those stories and we get to shift our perspective of ourselves and see ourselves with eyes of compassion, with kindness, and really connect with who we are and what amazing, wonderful, beautiful, kind individuals that we are. And therefore, that improves our sense of self-worth and our confidence. When we have a low sense of self-worth or self-esteem, we tend to build walls around us or within our personality that we feel are protecting us from being rejected or abandoned or hurt or judged. But those walls actually isolate us away and make us feel even worse about ourselves because it's playing into this belief that we aren't good enough. A case in point today, I've always been very terrified about making videos for social media because I'm worried about who's going to see it in my circle. What are they going to think about me? How are they going to judge me? So I've held myself back from making these videos for the longest time. But you need to take baby steps, one step at a time, to create a new familiar space for you. So once you understand what is driving this low sense of self-worth or self-esteem, I'm going to break it down for you and we're going to take step-by-step action to build that sense of self-worth up.